Hey guys, JamesMCD Reviews here. If I sound a little low energy and kind of out of it, that's because I am. I'm fucking exhausted. I saw this movie at 10 o'clock at night. It is now almost 2:30 at the time I'm recording this. I just got back from seeing The Eternals. This is the latest entry in the Marvel Cinematic Universe's Phase 4. It is headlined by Oscar-winning director Chloe Zhao, and it is currently sitting as the lowest rated MCU movie on Rotten Tomatoes. Critics and audiences seem to be pretty split on this movie. They either really love it or really hate it. Where do I fall on the whole thing after having just sat through it? It's complicated. There are some things about it that really do falter and really do damage the experience of this movie. But for everyone who's gonna call this the worst Marvel movie ever made, they seriously need to take a step back and remind themselves that these movies exist. Starting off with the positives, just to get them out of the way, from a visual standpoint, the film is fucking gorgeous. I was talking about this in the Dune review of poster shots, and Chloe Zhao has proven herself with Nomadland to be a very competent visual director, and she brings sort of that like same very atmospheric style to this movie. Not to the same degree that she did in Nomadland, but she definitely knows how to portray, I guess, scope is the best way to put it. There are so many beautiful shots and landscapes and silhouettes, and the colors are just absolutely amazing, and it's just really probably one of the most visually interesting Marvel movies since like the two Guardians movies. In terms of other positives, I really liked the musical score. I didn't catch the guy that did it, but it definitely helped add a bit of like epicness, and again, just really played into that grand scope of the whole thing. I'd have to say probably the weakest aspect of the movie is definitely the characters. Now I will give credit that for a movie that is introducing 12 brand new characters in one movie, it did a good job making every character, you know, have a purpose. Like, there wasn't any point where I felt they like faded into the background or didn't serve a point or I forgot that they were there. But I just really wish they got me to care about any of them. Like, they have no chemistry with each other. Like, I mean, they seem like the only two that really have any sort of chemistry are the one that goes really fast and the one that can mind control people. And you know it's a bad sign when I can't even be bothered to remember their names. Yeah, they're all supposed to be this like family that have been doing this for centuries, and not only do they have no chemistry with each other, but they don't really have that much character or development beyond sort of like the bare basic. Like, with a few notable exceptions, the only way that I would probably be able to remember each of these characters are by their look and by their power. Not, like I said, not all of them are like really bad. Like, I really liked Brian Tyree Henry's character. I think like Fastos was his name. I thought he was really good. Kumail Nanjiani did get a few chuckles out of me. I really liked him. But like the one character that I actually found myself like caring about the most was the fucking valet driver, like Kumail Nanjiani's cameraman. Like, he ended up, you know, being a more compelling character than any of the Eternals. There is no motivation behind anything in this movie. Like, there's a character that does a betrayal, and I'm not gonna say who or go into much detail, but like, not only can you see it coming a mile away, but it is completely unprompted and out of nowhere and seems like the most forced like conflict ever. The story is also paced pretty like awkwardly. Like, it jumps around a lot between different centuries and different events to try and explain the characters' like backstories, kind of, but it doesn't really explain much. It just shows them doing stuff together and shows them, you know, helping out in different civilizations throughout different periods of time. You know, you still don't really feel like you've learned much about these characters like by the time that it's over, and they just kind of feel like little sidesteps to try and build character development while at the same time not really doing anything. And speaking on that, this movie is so fucking long, which honestly, like, it's surprising because, like, I'm pretty sure it's 2.5 hours, which I'm pretty sure is the same amount of time as Dune, but, and I know I had the same sort of issues of Dune where it definitely dragged in certain places, but, like, at least Dune had, you know, not just on top of, you know, pretty visuals, it also had an intriguing story and more compelling characters to carry you through it. Like this, I was honestly, like, maybe it's just because I saw it so late at night, but I was really, like, fighting to stay awake through a lot of it. And look, like, the way that I'm talking about it makes it sound like it's, you know, a terrible movie or one of the worst of the year, like, which it's not. It really isn't. It was just really dull and really boring and just seemed kind of pointless. Like, I get what they were trying to do and I commend them for, you know, trying to go in a different direction, but something just got lost along the way and it just needed something more. Like, it needed more in the character department. It needed a better paced story. The directing was fine. The visuals were astonishing. But, like, I honestly, the best way I can describe this movie is it's kind of like one of those, like, IMAX experience shows that you'd find at, like, the Kennedy Space Center or, like, the Field Museum or some really low-tier amusement park. It solely exists to wow you with some pretty visuals and just kill time for, like, half an hour or 45 minutes. But it doesn't really have much substance to it. But I mean, if you liked it, that's fantastic. I'd love to know your opinion down in the comments. But for me, I don't think this is the worst Marvel movie ever made, but it definitely sits comfortably in, like, the lower tier. So, going to my ranking, I'd probably give this, I'm stuck between a 2.5 and a 3 out of 5. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of Eternals. I'd love to know if you loved it or if you hated it or if you're just kind of in between. Look forward to more videos coming soon. I'm going to edit this video real quick and then pass out. Until next time, be sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you can stay updated on what I'm posting. Follow me on all my social media, subscribe to my main channel. All that stuff will be in the description. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you later.